making that kick mean to you against Auburn in the second half after you had the Ohio game didn't go the way you wanted it to go? So
yeah, it felt good. Definitely a confidence booster. But the week before that, obviously I wasn't, I didn't hit the way that I wanted to. But all week in practice and for a while now, I felt confident in practice, and I've been striking the ball really well. So I think it's just a matter of getting those opportunities and chances, and going out there and doing my job. But yeah, it definitely felt pretty good.
Daniel Gallen.
Morning, Jake. You just kind of touched on this a little bit, but how would you assess your performance through 3 weeks? What have you liked about it? Where are you looking for some improvement?
Yeah. So far, for the first 3 games, obviously there's been some things I need to clean up. But then there's also been some things that have done well. I think it's just a matter of, consistency. And I think, what happened the other week is something that doesn't ever happen. And it was kind of weird. It just doesn't happen. So, cleaning things up now and moving forward. But so far, just it's been okay. It's been good. I just gotta keep building and staying consistent.
Go ahead, Daniel.
How has it been moving back into the full-time role in terms of the field goals and extra points after redshirting last year? What's that been like for you?
I mean, it really hasn't been that crazy. It's, I think, my 4th year of doing it, so it's not like a crazy shock or something new, but it definitely feels good to be back out there, doing what I can to help this team win. And so far everything's going pretty well. So
Daniel.
How have you seen Sander come along from his redshirt year into this point? I know that James has mentioned that we could see him for some long field goals in certain situations, but how would you say that he's progressed, up to this point?
Yeah, he's progressed a lot. I think, whenever you come in as a freshman, it's hard to get used to things right away. And I think he's kind of settled in, and he's found his way, and he's doing some really good things right now. And he's ready when we need him, and he's continuing to build off the success that he's had.
Andrew Destin.
Jake, kind of going off that last question, if you provided somewhat of a mentorship role for him, given the experience you mentioned there, this being your 5th year of the program, what's that dynamic kind of in that kickers room between you and Sander? How have you tried to help him along?
Yeah, when I was a younger guy, I had older guys ahead of me that kind of set the tone and led the group and led it in a way that you do things the right way, and you put in the work, and you stay focused and stay committed, and you'll reap the benefits. And I think that's kind of what I try to do to him. Just kind of be a leader, a mentor. Make sure that his mental's right. Make sure that he's doing everything necessary to be successful on and off the field. So just using my experience in the years that I've been here and just trying to pass it on down.
Daniel.
What's it been like having Barney move into the full-time punter role? We saw him get the scholarship from Eli Manning. What does he add to the room, and how have you seen him come along? Because it seems like he's had a really strong start to the year.
Yeah, Barney's a really hard worker. He's been working hard ever since he got here. Very smart kid, very confident person. And it's awesome to see the success that he's had. He's put in the work, and I've seen it all summer and all off season. And now it's, finally time for the season, and he's doing things the right way right now, and he's having a lot of success. And I'm really happy for him.
Andrew Destin.
Jake, kind of a longer question, I guess, here, but after the Ohio game, James mentioned how that right side of the line on field goals wasn't getting enough push, and they were getting kind of deep into the backfield where you guys kick. How do you think that improved, if it did, against Auburn? And how does it impact what you want to do kicking? Does it make you want to pop the ball up more because guys are closer to you, or just could you explain that dynamic? Because it's something I don't necessarily know a ton about. So,
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, me kicking is and making or missing field goals or whatever. It comes down to me. Obviously, when you get a lot of push inside or on the outside, it can affect it a little bit. But those guys fight their butts off and have been doing it all year. And last week at Auburn they did really well. But at the end of the day, when that stuff's brought up, it's about me making the kick at the end of the day. So we're all out there, 11 of us on the field at one time, trying to do each of our jobs to bring some value. But those guys have been doing really an amazing job, and gotten a lot of things fixed up, and we got to just keep it rolling.
Joe Smeltzer.
So Jake, we found out in the game notes yesterday that the 1982 national championship team will be honored during Saturday's game. Say this is the only time they'll get to see you guys play, which for a lot of those players, I'm sure it will be. What do you want that team to see from this 2022 team Saturday?
I would say probably a team that is playing with 100% effort. A team that's playing fast and reckless and not scared. A team that, if we make mistakes, we're going to make them doing it 100 miles an hour. And we can live with that. I'd say probably see a team that is an actual team, not just a bunch of people that are out here bunch of individuals out here trying to do it for themselves. I'd say we have an actual team. We all have the same goal in mind, and we're gonna do everything in our power to keep things moving forward.
Okay, we'll do one more question to Daniel.
Jake, Alex Paqueta is a younger specialist in the room who, given how that depth chart looks, we might not see this year, but what has he brought to the room, and how do you feel like he projects forward in his career at this point?
Yeah, Alex is really good. He's pretty developed too for a freshman. And he's got a really big leg. I think it's just finding consistency. He's a freshman. He just got here. He's still getting his feet wet a little bit. So I think once he can figure out that consistency aspect, then he's going to be, who knows how good he can be, because he's got a lot of talent and everyone knows it. And he's a hard worker, so I'm sure in the near future he'll get it adjusted and do really good things.
Awesome. Thank you, Jake. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Jake.
Thank you.
Thank you.